Hey, everybody, welcome back to the off ramp. I am Thomas Jason Anderson, your host. I took the day off yesterday, man. I just thought, why not take the day off? It's such a busy news week, but I just said, why not just decompress a little bit, allow the news to sort of go the way it's going to go, allow everybody to get their credit in the news space who's taking credit for what's going on right now. Fine, fine. I'm more into the conversations. I'm here to help uh, just foster some better conversations on what's happening in the world, where we are going as a region here in the Caribbean, where we're going as a nation, Americans, and just giving some insight into the world of research and media storylines, basically, right? And so it's a little bit like, my day every day is a little bit like going out and trying to catch a butterfly in a field full of butterflies, but I don't have a net and I just have to go and catch them however I can. Right. So that's sort of how the news cycle is. That's sort of how this work is. You never know what's coming up. You don't know what people may ask you to look at. You don't know when something you've been working on for years may pop its head up again one day. But the bottom line is doing this kind of work, allows people like myself in the media to get a really good grasp of what's going on. So um, what I'm doing here, instead of plugging my research and my analysis into the legacy media or into someone's platform like a Tucker Carlson or something like that, instead of doing that and allowing them to curate the work and create the storylines they want that benefit the people who pay them, right? I said, nah, let me just come here on my own, start throwing these ideas out and just offering people a chance to have a little bit of a different conversation when you're speaking to family, friends, coworkers, even people in the media space. Just a little bit of a different conversation when it comes to how you guys are looking at the stories going on right now. And so this episode I've labeled uh, Systems and Seasons, and they're guiding the path of America right now. And I say that because I saw Stephen A. Smith yesterday pontificating and saying that, By the way, he's going to run for president. So it's important that, his voice is important and people listen to his voice and hear what he has to say. And he makes an impact. He has a huge platform. And so he was pontificating and pointing out how it looks like, the stars are aligning for another insurrection type situation in the United States. And on the surface and on paper, yeah, that makes sense. But when you look at the overall system that we're in, and when you look at the season that we're in, this isn't the time. Uh, Even though there are elements in place for insurrection type thing or some type of civil war in America, we aren't in that season. And the system isn't geared up for it. What do I mean by that? So the January 6th insurrection, that took years of planning. It took several wealthy billionaire types to fund busloads of people going in. I mean, this it took a long time and it took a lot of effort for January 6th to occur. And so insurrections don't just happen. People just don't decide one day in mass to just let's not go to work today and just go crazy in the streets. That's not happening, bro. Even in places like Cuba where they've had power out, they're not doing that. So there no, insurrections don't come out of nowhere. Insurrections are manufactured. They're financed. They're organized. They're planned. That's what a system is. That's what systems do. So I understand what Stephen A. Smith is saying, and I understand that there's all this in the air for an insurrection to happen, but there's no system to create that. There's no one out there to do it. Sorry. And so that's why it's important that we, all of us, I'm having these conversations because it's important that we all realize that, especially in the United States, the people who win in this system are the ones who are working with both political sides, both parties, or all political ideologies. They don't just cover the Republicans, they work with the Democrats too, right? They don't just work with the Democrats, they go with the Republicans too. And so what you're seeing now, what we're seeing now in the season that America is in, is our system is realigning. We have a political system that's totally realigning. That's why right now you can't really have an insurrection because you need some political coherence to be able to organize such a thing. Our political system right now is incoherent in the United States. It's 100% incoherent. So the season we're in America is not a time of tearing down. We're in a phase now where things have collapsed, and now we're trying to put the pieces back together for a new system going forward. That's where we're at now. So this is not insurrection time. We're actually in a rebuilding phase. People may not realize that, but that's what we're doing. We're rebuilding our economy. We're rebuilding our political space. We are rebuilding the way we do elections. We are rebuilding the way we handle social media, the media. Across the board, America is transitioning from what we used to be to what we are going to be. And we're in that middle ground now. So this isn't the season for insurrections. It's just not. This is actually a season for us to be coming together. Believe it or not. That's what it is. That's what's happening. All right. And so going forward, when you look across the horizon, you see countries like China, they're not in a season of coming together. They're in a season of tearing down. They are. They're in a season of fighting. Like they're for them to do well right now, they have to go destroy some stuff. They just do. We've already done a bunch of destruction. We're on the other side of that. They haven't gone through. So when you think about seasons and how things, the pendulum swings, right? America's been in this decline kind of situation where things are being torn down. We don't even have a USAID anymore. Like we've stripped everything down to nothing, basically. And so we're redesigning it all. And in that redesign, a lot of people are falling by the wayside. And you can see politically, for example, in the MAGA movement, you're seeing this huge contingent of General Flynn and Tucker Carlson and Tulsi Gabbard, Candace Owens. Nick Fuentes, Joe Kent. So this crew has this huge falling out with MAGA right now, and they're being just totally pushed out. And the reason why is because the our political system is changing, our political scene is changing, and what you're seeing is this group that was within MAGA, they're breaking towards the Democrats. They are trying to become the new leaders in the Democratic Party, believe it or not. And that's why you see coming from them so much anti-Semitism, why they're always attacking certain people in the Democrat Party, because what they're trying to do is knock them down so that they can replace them. And we'll have a situation where you'll have a Republican Party on one side, and on the Democrat Party is going to be led by people like Tucker Carlson, more Republican guys. Like that's what they're trying to do. The Democrats don't realize this. So the Democrats play footsies with those guys and play games with those guys, and they don't realize those guys are trying to take over their party. They're trying to jump from the Republican Party under MAGA into the Democrat Party. And the way they're doing it is they're trying to do it through former President Obama. If you notice, Tucker Carlson is always attacking Obama, talking about he's a former crackhead and he's secretly gay, and they attack Michelle Obama all day long. They do. And by the way, they are partnered with the Clintons. So what you're seeing is the Clintons with the Soros network working with Flynn, Tucker Carlson, Steve Bannon, and these guys to reform the Democrat Party, where they're going to be over there now. That's what's going on. It wouldn't surprise me if Tucker Carlson runs for president as a Democrat. Just saying. So that's where the cards are falling, and that's where this is going. I saw this years and years ago. If you guys look into something called Light Squared, there's a company called Light Squared. Okay. I did a lot of work on that and did a lot of good work on that. And when I was working on it, we had people from within the military reach out to us, like whistleblower status, and tell us, hey, there's a problem in here because we've got guys in here who are trying to push this Light Square thing, and they're working with the Obama administration, somebody in there. And it's going to hurt our military because what Light Squared is trying to do is take a part of the wireless spectrum that our military uses for precision guided weapons, that our military uses for GPS coordination with submarines and stuff. And these guys are trying to snatch that and commercialize it and leave us blind in something that is very special to the United States, that band of spectrum we had there. And so when I was working on that and trying to help out everybody here to not allow these guys to get into that spectrum that way, I saw that there was some lobbying going on, and it was the former General McChrystal. He was lobbying for this Light Square company, and he was behind the scenes doing it without like registering as a lobbyist. He was doing it in a way where you guess you can't call it lobbying, it's more like consulting, but it was basically off the books lobbying. There's been reporting on it. And so that's when I saw these guys' head pop up, was back then. And I noticed that they were burying themselves into the Trump movement, into the MAGA movement. And I knew the entire time, and these guys, they're really Democrats. They're really with Obama. They kind of had a falling out because of this Light Squared thing. And now they're with MAGA. And I was telling people for years, Tucker Carlson, these guys, they've been sabotaging Trump and the Republican Party from day one. They've been working with Obama and other Democrats the entire time backdoor. Not that Obama likes them, but they've been doing some kind of blackmail thing with him. That's what's up, guys. And so because of all this, we're seeing the collapse of we've seen the collapse of our political system, and now it's realigning. I wonder if the Democrats are going to let Tucker Carlson and Steve Bannon and these guys take over their party. I don't know. It kind of looks like they are. Don't know. But that's what I'm seeing. And that's why when you look at what's happening right now in the political space, it's so chaotic because there are so many people changing teams. We're going to see some Democrats join the Republicans. We're seeing the same thing happen in places like Guyana. Why is it happening? Because what's happening in America, since we're now pushing our influence out over the region, other countries are looking like us. So when you see Guyana, what you see is you see people in the opposition party, they're moving over to the PPP. Or what you saw was people from the opposition avenue move over to Win, or people from Win moving back to the PNC, or that's what's happening. You see these shuffling. It's like musical chairs, right? It's because you guys in Guyana, a lot of people in this region, we are realigning how we face the world, how we handle our business. And so, with that said, let me finish this off with this. So, former DHS Secretary Kristi Noem was down in Guyana and she met with President Irfan Ali. And that's a really good thing. It's a really good thing because what it shows is that the Trump administration is sending an envoy directly to Guyana to speak directly to the leadership so that everybody's on the same page, that we don't have one person saying this over here, another person saying that over there, that everyone's on the same page. This is good. Now, people can go into the debate about, oh, these are racist white guys trying to steal everything from Guyana. Fine. You can think that if you want. And I'm not going to say that they're not this or this. That. All I'm saying is they have a bigger job to do than try to steal everybody's money. They don't need to do that. They have way bigger, more important things to do. And I'm serious when I say that because Guyana and the Caribbean are very important to the security of the United States. Why do you think they sent the former Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security to Guyana as an envoy? Because this is a security situation. And with her came, guess who? Corey Lewandowski. You may not like Corey Lewandowski, but trust me, if there's funny business going on in Georgetown, Corey Lewandowski is going to be a problem to you guys. And that's a good thing for everyone. Guyana needs a Corey Lewandowski running around that place, looking at what these guys are up to. Because I continue to say that the extradition proceedings, I don't know, man, it doesn't smell right. And people can say whatever they want, that Judge Judy Latchman is paid off by the Mohammeds. I don't believe it. I believe everything she does because the PPP are telling her to do it. I believe the PPP want the dysfunction. It works for them. They want to string this out as long as possible. Because whatever information Mohammed may have that he can share with U.S. authorities, the longer they push this out, the less relevant that information becomes. And they can get a little extra bonus of maybe he goes crazy in the process. And that way, when anything he says, no one's going to believe. That's how I know Judge Judy Latchman is doing what the PPP want her to do. Don't believe anything else. I'm telling you guys, it's games being played. So Corey Lewandowski's down there. He's a problem for these guys, a real problem. So this was a good move by the Trump administration to send someone down there that can get to the bottom of what the hell is going on in there. You need a guy like Corey Lewandowski to do this. And it's great that Kristi Noem went down with her experience with the Department of Homeland Security. This is a good thing. The reason why I say it again is because don't believe that the situation in Guyana or America started off, everything's good, and now the Trump people are coming in to make it bad. No. Everything's real screwed up down there. So this isn't some good situation. This is screwed up down there. And so you send a guy like Corey Lewandowski there with Kristi Noem to go try to fix the screwed up situation. They might argue they're not that good. Well, I can promise you this. They're not going to betray President Trump. I can promise you that. And that's what's important here. Not because Trump is the most important. No, because it's important that everybody's on the same page. That's what this is about. You may not like the page that everybody's on, but at least everyone's on the same page so we know what's going on and we can move forward the way we need to move forward. So that if things go wrong, everybody knows why it went wrong. Man, we got to take baby steps in the region, guys. We have to celebrate little things like this that aren't even worth celebrating just because that's how messed up the region is. All right. That's just how messed up it is. We have to all get on the same page first. which we're not doing. That's what the Trump administration is doing right now. You may not like the page, but at least everyone's on the same page and we know what's going on. And you got a guy like Corey Lewandowski that's going to get to the bottom of it. You want to play games? Trust me, Corey Lewandowski can play games. Just letting you know. So, guys, thanks for joining me again. I appreciate it. Hey, hit the subscribe button. It's real easy. Just hit the subscribe. It really helps me a lot with the algorithm. Hit subscribe, and I really enjoy all the support. I will be back on tomorrow. I appreciate it. Hopefully, this will spark some conversations here, and we can get some things moving. With that said, have a great day, guys. Love
Now I'ma put it down like that. I'm leaving, I ain't coming back. You don't like the way I act anyway. You really don't have to react. Don't try to change my mind, in fact. Honey, I've already packed all my stuff. We're no longer kids, let's move on. And you are not my kid, so I'm done. Please don't make me pull my gun. Sorry boy, I can't be the one. You know it, yeah, nothing lasts forever. You know that a change will make it better. You know that nothing lasts forever. You know that, yeah, change will make it better. There's no one to blame, you see. Maybe we're not meant to be. There are plenty more fish in the sea anyway. Every day's a different thing, so I'm not into wedding rings. It ain't personal, it's the way I think. Yeah. You